Hi, I'm Mary Beth Wall with the Widows Project. I'm here at the Mukilteo Speedway Cafe with my guest, Linda Smith, my co-director, and Lisa Hawkinson, one of the gals who's gone through our groups. So Lisa has a specialty in organizing and organizing. And she's written a book called
Calming Your Chaos.
Calming Your Chaos. And we found that this is really relevant for people who are widowed, because now all of a sudden they've got to manage a household, but they have all the belongings of their late spouse as well. And Linda, you downsized from a 3-story home, including your late husband Kirby's office, and then moved into a 2-bedroom condo. So
Yep.
that was a big job for you. I also moved almost 5 years ago now. I moved, and the Lord told me one day, prepare your heart to move. And I took 3 months to downsize a bit and clear out things and move to a new home. And it's, some people do that out of necessity. Maybe they can't afford to stay in the home anymore. Maybe they're not able to maintain it. But for whatever reason, we find that a lot of widows are struggling with not only what to do with their belongings, but even facing the fact that they need to go through their late husband's things. So Lisa, what are the main things that you feel are important for a widowed person to know when they are sorting through their belongings?
I think take your time. You don't have to rush it and push yourself through it.
Okay.
It's very challenging emotionally, so you have to be patient with yourself.
Yeah, that is true. Did you find that as well, Linda?
Yes, I
Yeah.
took a whole year to do it because I was anticipating that I would not be able to stay in my house. So I started getting rid of Kirby's business, his office, closing his business, and then looking around at stuff. We had a basement that had a lot of storage in it, and some of that was stuff that we had moved from Minnesota
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
37 years before that,
And you still had it.
and I did not need Kirby's hockey skates anymore. So it was stuff that was just taking up space, but we had the space, so
Yeah, exactly. And
it
then
was time to get rid of it.
Yeah, and I know from your efficiency that everything you own now is very deliberate, and
Yes.
you've got a place for everything and everything in its place. Lisa, have you been able to work with other widows to go through this process?
Yes, I have. So my own experience helps, and they teach me how to teach them, which is really wonderful. But I say it's not like everything has a purpose and a place.
Okay.
So I keep saying, do you need it? Do you use it? And that helps you understand. I don't need 56 mugs. I've had that happen with someone. And what do you need and use? I mean, 8 or 10 or 12, but you need 56 people. How many times do 56 people show up?
Yeah.
You know? And so I said to that person, I said, okay, get them all clean, put them in a tub, and put it way off the back side of the garage or the back bedroom if you really need all those cups all that time. But just be mindful, how much stuff do you have?
Right. And how much space do you have?
That's right.
So then what about things that you want to save for your children? What are some helpful tips about that?
I think that because my kids are older, they're 21, 22 plus, my first marriage, so it was like, what do they need? So at that time they were starting over, so they need a lot of things. It was really a delight to share my stuff. Most of that stuff has moved on, they don't want it. My son actually took the grandfather clock we had. It was a very elegant one, or expensive, but he kept it for several years, and one night he said to his wife, look, we have 5 clocks, not one of them works. He took the grandfather clock out, beat it up, and burned it.
Oh no!
I was shocked when I let it go.
Yeah.
And so they did the same thing with the couch, because they had their first kiss on the couch we made. But there comes a point in life where you don't need that anymore. You don't have to, so you let that go too. So it's really need use.
Yeah.
And when you let it need use.
And also, there is some things are valuable simply because they're sentimental to us.
Right.
I know my sister made a beautiful little shadow box that has our great grandfather's straight razor in it, you know, and but it has just these sentimental things.
I like that.
Yeah. So what do you recommend about dealing with things that have sentimental value, but if anybody saw them, they would have no monetary value?
Well, it's something you're going to decorate with, that's one thing. So I think having a theme so I moved a few times. Actually, I'm on my 23rd sink in my life. That's how many times I moved. But
Wow.
what did I start to say? If you're not using it, but you're storing it, you're holding it on for memories.
Yeah.
It can be in a back closet or an old suitcase.
Yeah, yeah.
You can pull out when you want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I had one woman tell me her husband said she was kind of a cluttered nut. I said, well, how are you cluttered? She said, well, I have a lot of rocks. I go, rocks? Well, where are the rocks? That was bewildering to me. She said, just kind of all right. Could you put them in a suitcase and visit them once a year? She said, oh yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, that's funny.
So she collected her rocks.
I'm a rock collector too, so I get that. But you know, I have a friend who has her special things downstairs, and she says she goes down to visit her things every now and then.
That's good.
Yeah. So, so Linda, what are some things that you found very practical? How did you handle the practical side, and how did you handle the emotional side?
Well, I had some practical things like my wedding gown.
Yes.
Well,
Wow.
nobody is going to wear a polyester wedding gown.
Yeah.
That was from the 1970s.
Yeah.
So I wore it. I had family members take a picture of me in it, and all I have left is a picture.
Yeah.
I also had a flower girl dress from when I was 5 years old.
Oh my.
Well, the fabric is actually deteriorating.
Yeah, yeah.
So I took a picture of that dress and then got rid of the dress.
There you go.
I remember the dress by looking at the picture.
That's a good
And
idea.
I don't have to have the dress physically present.
That's good. You know, something else very, very practical. I know in your case, you had shared with our group that one of the reasons you moved is because you were not going to be able to afford the property taxes.
Right.
I just read in the news today, now somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but that one of the reforms that's happening right now in our country is that for people over the age of 65, if you own your home outright, you'll no longer have to pay property taxes.
Nice.
So that could make the difference between someone staying in their family home or not. So that's a really big deal. I know when I moved from my first house and the Lord said, prepare your heart to move, Bob and I had lived there for 26 years. We'd raised our kids there. I lived there for 1.5 years after he died. And there were just lots of things that I just simply didn't need anymore. Some things that were only sentimental to me, but as I said, would have no value to anyone else. And so I took lots of trips to the thrift store. First, I asked my kids, I let my kids come over. I have 2 sons and a son-in-law who were basically the same size as Bob, so they could wear some of his clothes. So they took
Nice.
some of his clothes, and I kept a few pieces that were special to me. And then some of his books, his music, some of his artwork, of course I kept, and I gave away some of his special books as well, including his very precious Bible, gave to one of our kids. And at one point, now this is very personal, but one time I felt the Lord telling me to take off my wedding rings. We could do a whole video on that. But I gave my wedding rings to my oldest daughter. And for me, that was the most sentimental belonging I had. But the Lord was saying, it's time.
And very significant.
Very significant.
Yeah.
That's right. So I guess what we're saying is does it have sentimental value? Is it something you would pass down to your children? Does it have monetary value? If so, do you want to keep it or do you want to sell it? You know, and you've talked, Lisa, about being generous and blessing people with things. You want to talk about that?
I love that. Yes, and that brings up the topic of the thrift store.
Yeah.
So let's think about in a home, you need to make an area for things you're going to give away,
Yeah,
things you might sell,
yeah,
things for your children,
yeah,
and then other stuff, things
Yeah.
you're going to take with you.
right.
So if you have a thrift store that aligns with your heart, they have a mission that aligns with your heart, I want to give to them because it's going to help children or help women starting over.
Yeah.
I've been at traffic light going, what else can I give away? And I was going in my mind through my pantry area. I had charger plates I haven't used for a decade or more. So I went home, bagged them up, they went to the thrift store.
There you go. Very good. I know of, Linda and I have a friend, Judy Hoff, who leads a ministry called Hoff Ministries for women who are homeless or need to start over for one reason or another. And they have a clothes closet where you can donate things like that because these women need to have clothes for job interviews, or things like that, or just they need clothes. So you can donate clothes or accessories to a place like that, and it will go on to bless somebody else.
Yes.
So sometimes we just need somebody to sit down and do it with us because it is just a really big job emotionally. And I know you had a great, like my late husband Bob was a musician, a composer, and he wrote poetry, and then he wrote profusely whenever he was in a class or listening to a sermon. So tell us your suggestions about that. That was helpful to me.
So I've seen your boxes of things he's written.
Yes,
it's
that's right.
overwhelming. I
It
can't
is.
imagine taking it anywhere.
Yeah,
So I was saying, make categories of all those things. The box, like group all the poetry. What size container do you need for the poetry? Maybe it's a pretty basket with a lid that you decorate with.
yeah,
And so make categories. But back to the thrift store.
Yeah.
So make a regular trip to the thrift store, maybe once or twice a month
There
or
you go.
weekly. And so when you're going out, you take it with you.
there you go.
And be at traffic light, think, what else can I give? I mean,
Yeah.
if I put my stuff on that shelf and it sells, that is going to help. There's a place not too far from here. They part of their proceeds help search and rescue dogs here in Washington. I had men who go, I'll downsize my garage for a dog.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Isn't that the truth? That's great. I love it. I love it. I do have a box by my front door, and as I'm walking through my house, I think, do I need it? Do I have room for it? And do my kids want it? And if the answer to all that is no, it goes in the box.
Yeah.
And
Very
I'm
good.
Good.
I'm being ruthless with myself
Very
right
good.
now. Now I couldn't emotionally afford to be ruthless at first. You
Right, right.
you take your time, and sometimes you might need to get help. Linda, will you tell us about Our Linked Lives?
Yes, ourlinkedlives.com is an organization where the owner matches older people who need a job done with younger people who need some money. They need to earn some money. They're usually teenage kids. They're screened by him, and they need to be Christians for this organization. And he will look at your application and say, oh, you need someone to help you move boxes. You need someone to help you put a bed in the pickup truck. And he has teenagers that will come and help you. He'll assign them to come and help you on a day when you are available.
Very good.
And they're cheaper than the movers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they're not professional movers, but
Yeah.
they're good kids. And
Yes.
my
And they-
grandson is one of them.
There you go.
Awesome.
Go Kaz. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. I hope and pray that this video has been helpful, and that everybody watching can get at least one good practical idea that will help them.
I have one more idea. So
Yes.
think about your home becoming a VRBO.
Ooh.
So you walk in, oh, I like this.
Yes.
So ask your friends, have I achieved that yet? They go, no, you got too much stuff over there. But somebody who's honest with you say, yes, it feels good.
Good.
We can picture this being a VRBO.
Very good. That's
So
right.
Simplify.
Very good. Love it. That's a good tip. All right. Thank
Thank
you,
you, Lisa.
ladies. God
You're
bless
welcome.
you.
Glad to do it.
All
Thank
right.
you.